Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Thomas Gofton and Jason Horunsky from Jasco Games. And we'll be looking at Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the board game, but this is a pretty empty box.
Yes.
There's not much here yet because the game is not out.
Yes, that's true. The game is not out yet, and the demonstration copies that we have are actually being used right now. It's a pretty hot item for testing. People are wanting to see it. They're playing it at the booth right now, and they won't relinquish anything. But we managed to take some components from the game that isn't being used, so you at least get a chance to see what it's going to look like.
Okay, and what we're doing in here, right? Buffy, people know Buffy. They like Buffy. I can see why people would want to play. And
Buffy may or may not be a semi-popular
character. That's right. Living on after death.
You know, it may not be as popular as some shows, but you know, it could be the most popular show. No, it's pretty good.
Okay. So what do we have here? What are we doing?
So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, when Jasco came to Linvander and we worked together on creating the game, we needed to try and find an innovative way to bring this game to life so that fans would actually feel like they're part of an actual season, or they're a part of an actual episode of Buffy. Coming from a film background and working with Jason's production strengths, we were able to come together with what we feel is going to be a mass market reachable, all-inclusive audience, fun, episodic adventure of Buffy. And the way it works is we don't have the map here, but we do have a map of Sunnydale. It's actually on the back of the box. We have a map of Sunnydale with all of your specific locations that everyone knows, like the Bronze and Angelus's mansion and all that stuff. And so, and then you pick your favorite characters of the 6 that we've chosen. We've got Spike, we've got Giles, we've got Buffy, Willow, Xander, and Angel. And those are the six characters that you can choose to play. And what's happening is every time you play the game, you pick a big bad from a list of big bads that are very, very, very popular throughout the Buffy series. So, for example, we've got Adam, and the First Evil, Mayor Richard Wilkins, Glorificus, Caleb.
Here, I'll put these 2 up here.
AKA Captain Tight Pants. And we have the Master, but the Master is currently the big bad that the demonstration table is up against at the moment.
It's a little mystery then.
It's a little mystery. The game itself has the same mechanics all the way through, but every time you pick a big bad, they have all kinds of special abilities that will change the mechanical structure of the game in just a nice, light way to make it feel like you're in that particular episode or in that particular series of Buffy. And all of the characters have special powers and abilities that are as tailored as possible to their personalities. And then you go around the map and you're saving townies and you're slaying vampires and demons and you're collecting items such as like tomes and I don't know where Spike's weapons are, like axes and stakes and garlic, and you're just defeating the board a la almost Pandemic style, where the vampires and stuff are spawning and the creatures are spawning and the board is activating, and you as a cooperative team are pooling resources together and using your actions collectively by flipping them one at a time and performing actions to fight or search or move around the board and clean the board up before it gets too hairy with vampires eating all the townies.
So as you choose, you're using actions.
As you choose, you're using actions.
You could use a bunch in a row and someone else.
Yeah, you go in a turn sequence.
Okay.
So if I were to go, I would spend one of my actions to search, to fight, to move townies, to use your specials, and then it would go over to Jason, and he would choose how he wants to do it. He could use his special, and if he uses his special, that procs the monsters to react. So special's cool, but it procs the bad guys to go. So you have to gauge when you're going to use your special compared to when you're not. Yeah, and then you know, he can choose his action. We go back to me. I choose my action, and we're moving around, and we're kind of working together as a team, going like, okay, he's got a tome, I've got a weapon, he's got a demon in his space. There's a townie that needs to be saved. If too many townies perish, then the game is over, and the more the vampires and demons conquer the board, the more the townies are in threat. So, and you've only got so many actions in your economy to make it work. So you have to really, really choose your actions wisely. So.
Okay. All right. Anything we didn't mention? You got characters, bad guys, big bad.
Oh yeah, it's chock full of fun. You know, all of the branding, all of the artwork is completely original. We've had everything approved through Fox, and we've had all of our artists work on all the assets. There's nothing in here that's sort of reused. So if you're a hardcore Buffy collector, it's about time we get some new stuff into the atmosphere. So we've got new stuff, new art, new everything, and it's worth its weight in gold if you're a huge Whedonite and a Buffy fan. And I think maybe you can talk a bit about when it's releasing, because it's also very fitting.
Yeah, so it releases October 28th, Halloween weekend.
Okay, very good.
So it'll be in stores all over the place, and we hope it's near you guys.
You know, we're not actually going to Kickstarter though. Where this one's going straight to retail. There will be a period of pre-order. Where people can pre-order their stuff. If you have your local gaming shops, please go to your local gaming shops and ask them to look and get Buffy for you in the store.
Otherwise they may not order.
They may not order it, and if they miss the order, Buffy at its current stance, I believe, is going to be at a limited run for its first run, and if you don't get it on the first run, we don't know when the second run is going to come through, so it's a fairly limited game to start because it's not being kickstarted, and I don't know what we're going to go from there, but...
Okay, all right. No questions? Thank you, Thomas, Jason.
Yep, thank you.
Overview here.